How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. The last episode was absolutely insane. A lot happened, a lot I wasn't really expecting, and I was lost for a lot of it. Or at least I was confused as to what the goal was, but now I kind of understand. They were trying to save Kaguri. The longer that she was left in that state, the more pain she was going through, the conflicting memories and everything. So, I think we saved her? I really don't know. Because regardless of what we did, if we listened to what she had to say, or if we didn't listen to what she had to say, which is what I decided to do, because I was under pressure, kinda, not really, the world line changed regardless. And for this one, my first choice, my original choice, which was to completely cut her off because I was under pressure, it threw us into a world line that we're unsure of. We don't know if we're in the alpha. I'm pretty sure we're not in the beta. That wouldn't make sense. There is the gamma world line, and then there is Steins Gate, but I'm pretty sure we're not in the Steins Gate world line. That wouldn't make sense. So, no idea where we're at. No idea what's going on in this world line. But Kirisu is here. So, something is up. And who knows what.
そうだったか?
And Okabe is just so calm about it.
そうよ。昨日も一昨日もずっとここにいたわよ。
It did seem that way, come to think of it. My head seemed like it was full of fuzz. But I wasn't sleepy or tired or anything like that. My mind was very awake. But something was missing. Something important.
そういえば、ダルやマユリはどうした？
あんた、本当に大丈夫？何か不具合でもあったんじゃない？
どういう意味だ？
橋田もまゆりも、ほら、そこにいるじゃない。
Wait, what? Whoa, am I gonna get scared?
オカリン、てってれー。
Oh, they are there. Wait. Something's not right. We're not alive. Or we're not awake. Let's go with that.
僕のこの大きすぎる存在感を見落としてるなんてどうかしてるぜ、オカリン。
This has to all be in his mind. Oh, that's right. Daru and Mayuri were always here, weren't they? No, it wasn't just them.
今日な、元気がないにゃ。フェイリスの萌え萌えチャームで元気を取り戻すんだにゃ。
京馬さん、僕にできることがあったら何でも言ってくださいね。
Ah, the old sprites. Fedis and Lukako too. And? Yeah, it is all the old sprites. What the
岡部倫太郎
fuck?
のためにその辺の食べられそうな草で私が特別ジュース作ってあげるよ。
私もいるよ、岡部くん。
Yeah, you are, for some reason. The whole fucking cast. Suzuha and Moika. All of the lab members were in the lab. Like they always were. Well, not really, but alright. That's right. This was my daily life. This was how I spent every day.
ふむ。全員いるようだな。
What?
では、
I don't...
ただいまより第65,536回目の円卓会議を行う。お前たち準備はいいか？
Something isn't right, guys, and that's obvious, but I just feel so uneasy.
まったく、いつも暑苦しいわね。
お前こそいい加減そのおすましフェイスはやめるんだな、常習。
The fact that there hasn't been music ever since we came here is not a good sign.
だから、私はあんたの助手になった覚えはないと言ったろうが。
オカリンとクリスちゃんはいつも仲良しだね。
イチャイチャしやがってリア充爆発しろ。
ちょっと橋田、私がいつこいつとイチャイチャしたって言うのよ。
仲がいいほど喧嘩するって言うにゃ。
羨ましいです。
Wait, what?
漆原ルカも一緒にイチャイチャすればいいじゃん。
ダメです。僕にはそんなことできません。
イチャイチャ。
ねえお前たち、いつまで無駄話をしている。さっさと会議を始めるぞ。
Maybe it's just, being away from mad scientist Okabe and being around sad scientist Okabe, but seeing him back in the white instead of the black and all being pumped up, it's very off-putting.
ね、今日の議題は何なんだ？
そんなものは決まっている。今日の議題は
What?
議題は
岡部？
Something was wrong.
オカリン？
Oh yeah, something really is wrong. The color is fading. Everything seemed the same, but...
どうしたんオカリン。
That's right. It was cold.
今日も
I didn't feel it.
京馬さん。
No emotions.
岡部倫太郎？
No warmth.
岡部くん。
Everyone was here. But it was cold and dark. Cold. Cold.
岡部くん。
Yeah. It's a lot of cold.
岡部倫太郎。
It was so cold it felt like the marrow of my bones was going to freeze.
京馬さん。
Like my bones were made of ice. Like all the blood in my body had been replaced with mercury.
オカリン。
It was cold. It felt like I was going to freeze at any moment. What was this?
オカリン？
Where was this place? Where was I?
岡部。
Okay, what world line are we in? Okay, we're still in the beta world line. That's all well and good. But I have no way of telling if we're even in the same one we were in. Where was I? And what was that? Did we jump world lines again, or was it just a dream? What was I doing? I tried to speak, but the words didn't come out. It looked like I was lying on a bed. And a very hard one at that. I slowly looked around. It wasn't the lab, and it wasn't my room. The room was old and gloomy. Of course, I'd never seen it before. What was I doing here? We're in pain. There was a terrible pain in my head, like someone had jammed an electrode into my brain. I tried to raise my hand as I lay there, but it was too heavy. It was like all the joints in my body had frozen. And we are struggling for some reason. It took all my strength to slowly sit up. Each time I moved a little, my muscles screamed and pain ran through my whole body. After several minutes, I finally succeeded in sitting on the edge of the bed and looking down. I realized I was wearing a white gown, like hospital patients wear. But I don't think this is a hospital. There was some kind of equipment on my head, and the cables coming out of it were connected to a strange machine. What had happened to me? Just a moment ago, I was... That's right, Kagedi. Kirisu's memories had been downloaded into Kagedi's head. We tried to erase them by overriding them with Kagedi's own memories. And then... That's right. I remember now. The world line had shifted right after that. What had happened then? I tried to remember, but it was like my mind was filled with fog. For now, I needed to figure out where I was. I took off the headgear and got out of bed. And then fell like an idiot and collapsed. This didn't make sense. Was I just dizzy after all that was going on in my head? I tried to stand up again. And I couldn't get any strength in my legs. I kept standing up and falling over, and in the end I was only able to get up by grabbing the side of the bed. And we must have been drugged up or something. How could standing on my own 2 feet be so exhausting? Was I sick with some terrible disease? And then maybe I'd been in bed for several days? To the door we go. I somehow managed to drag my weak legs to the door. It was bizarrely heavy. Or maybe it just seemed that way to me. Where are we? I was gonna say where in the fat fuck are we, but trying to restrict myself in the vulgar language, even so I just said what I was not gonna say. Anyways, it only opened after I put my full weight on it. The door was locked, but it seemed to be that kind that could be opened from the inside. I walked down the dark hallway, leaning up against the wall for support. At the end of the hall were stairs. This is a weird dungeon. I clung to the railing and slowly walked up them. At the end of the stairs, I found a hatch. Using the strength of my back, I was just barely able to get it open. I was inside an old building. I walked down the crumbling hallway, still clueless as to what was going on, and finally found the door to the outside. Exhausted, I staggered outside, and I saw... Oh no. No, dude, no. Oh no. Mountains of shattered rubble.
なんだこれ
Rows of destroyed abandoned buildings. Exposed, twisted steel girders. At first I thought it was a movie set, but it was all far too realistic for that. The walls, the windows, the ceilings, everything was destroyed. Little bits of rubble covered the ground. And there were cracks in the asphalt on the road, making it impossible to walk straight. And it wasn't just directly in front of me. I spun around a full 360 degrees and saw the same scene everywhere. I smelled oil. I smelled something burning. I looked up to the sky. It was dark and gloomy. I thought it might just have been cloudy, but something else seemed to be going on. I could see the hazy outline of the sun beyond the black curtain that covered the sky. A violent pain in my throat made me cough. I quickly covered my mouth with the sleeve of my gown. My eyes stung. I tried once more to calm down and see if I could remember what happened, but I had no luck. All I knew for sure was that there had been a world line shift when I deleted Kirisu's memories from inside Kagari. The memories held by the Amadeus Kirisu. And the memories implanted in Kagari. Maybe when whoever owned them changed. That is, whoever held Kirisu's time machine theory. The world line changed with it. Okay. It's actually a good theory. And this was another altered world line. Which meant that what I was seeing was... I saw what looked like an ash-covered stick poking out of the ground in the corner of my eye. I slowly went to take a closer look. It was sticking out of the rubble, and at the tip it split into 5 smaller branches. It was a hand. It was a human hand that had been scorched pitch black. Lovely. A terrible feeling came rising up out of my stomach. Suddenly, I thought I saw something move. Someone was there. Where? I listened carefully to try and pick them out. The other side of that big building, I could hear some kind of sound from over there. Was someone there? If there was, maybe they could tell me what the hell was going on. Trying my best not to make any sound, I peeked through the walls of the crumbling building. I have a bad feeling about this. They were there, all right. There were people there. Lots of them. But they weren't people anymore. They were just human-shaped wads of meat, piled up into a mountain. And on top of the mountain was a pack of dogs. Something long and slick was hanging out of the dogs' mouths. Intestines. Ah, great. They were eating them. They were eating the bodies. The stench was horrible. The sound of the flies was overwhelming. It was like something out of hell. My gaze met the vacant eyes of one of the bodies. One of its eyes fell out, and black insects crawled out of the empty socket. That is horrifying to think of. Hey, at least we can sort of yell. I ran away. I guess we can kind of run. I ran as fast as I could, stumbling forward on failing legs. Somewhere. Was there somewhere around here that was sane? But no matter how far I went, it was the same thing. Mountains of rubble. Rows of abandoned buildings. All I could see were the dead. There were no living humans. And then I found it. And there were rows of huge buildings which all looked as if they were about to fall over. The roads were full of cracks. There was a warped overpass sticking out of the ground. A few rows of iron and railroad ties. I knew it. I knew this place. It was only a shadow of its former self, but I knew it. This was Akihabara, which meant...
ラボはどうなった
Where was Mayuri? Where was Daru? Where was Fedis? What about Lukako or Suzuha? What happened to Maho and Kaguri? Just as I ran toward the lab to find out, I heard footsteps behind me. Rough footsteps, stomping over the rubble, more than one set. They got louder and louder, and soon I saw them coming towards me from between the crumbling buildings. There were 3 of them. They each had assault rifles in their hands. When they saw me, they all pointed their guns at me. There was so much I wanted to ask them. There were things I wanted to know. But the only thought that came to me was that I needed to get away. But even as I tried to turn and run, my body refused to listen. They must have sensed that I was about to flee because one of them yelled. Oh no. Holes appeared in the concrete at my feet. Okay, we're not dead yet, guys. They'd shot at me. They really shot at me. They'd shot at me with real guns. If I'd been just a little closer, they would have hit me. I was too scared to stand. The men got closer, still holding their guns. Run. You have to run. But it was like my body belonged to someone else. It wasn't listening to me. The men kept getting closer. And then... there was another sharp noise. One of the men collapsed to the side. He hit his head on the rubble and stopped moving. The other 2 waved their guns around, clearly confused as to what just happened.
邪魔だ!
Oh, someone's here. Something dragged me to the ground. And then more gunshots. The two of them fell backwards, still holding their weapons at almost the exact same time. They died. Right in front of me. Someone had died. I could do nothing more than sit there and watch as a silhouette moved in front of me.
お前、死にたいのか?
I looked up, and the person I saw was... It's Suzuha. Suzuha.
ほら、いつまでボケっと座っているつもりだ。
お前、殺したのか?
何を生っちょろいこと言ってるんだ、お前。
It was a colder voice than I'd ever heard.
お前、鈴葉だよな。
Her iron mask of an expression suddenly changed to surprise. But that was only for a moment. A second later, and the fierceness had returned.
お前、何者だ?
Did she really not?
俺のこと知らないのか?
Did the change in the world line mean that Suzuha and I had never met?
岡部だよ。岡部倫太郎だ。
The expression on her face changed again.
岡部、倫太郎? そんな、バカな。
Two pairs of icy footsteps sounded in the darkness.
こっちだ。
After I had given my name, Suzuha had stared at me suspiciously for a moment. Then she made some kind of call and told me to come with her. She made me wear a blindfold almost the entire time, though. So I had no idea which way I'd gone or where I was.
止まれ。
I did as she said. When I heard the knock, I finally realized we were in front of a door.
君に萌え萌え。
Oh, God.
バッキュンキュン。
Of course. Of course, man. Evidently, that was the password. I could only think of one man who'd choose such a stupid password. I heard the sound of a heavily locked door opening, and at last I saw a dimly lit room in the darkness. Oh, alrighty. This place looks cool. The room was piled high... Excuse me. The room was piled high with what looked like mechanical junk. Rows of instruments lined the walls. A man was sitting in front of them, looking straight at me.
よかった。やっと目を覚ましたんだな、オカリン。
Oh, yeah. It is Big Daddy Daru. Who was this guy? How did he know my name? He must have been in his mid-40s. He was a big, broad-shouldered man with a stubbly face, and there was a sharp but gentle light in his eyes. I felt like I'd seen him somewhere before.
あなたは。
Oh my
やだ
God!
な、僕のこと忘れたん？そりゃいくらなんでも冷たいぜ、オカリン。
Jesus Christ, does he look good? Holy shit! The way he talked, and that voice. There was only one person it could be, but that was...
まさか、ダルか。
The man's face broke into a broad smile.
よかった、覚えててくれて。てっきり忘れられたのかと思ったのだぜ。ダル、本当にダルなのか。こんなナイスガイ、僕以外にいるわけないじゃん。な、鈴葉。
せめてもうちょっと痩せてくれれば認めなくもないけど。
Man, I'd say he lost enough.
そう言うなって。これでも若い頃に比べれば随分と痩せたんだぜ。
Indeed, the Daru in front of me was quite a bit slimmer than the Daru I knew.
というか父さん、少し言葉遣いおかしくない？
僕も久々にこういう話し方したよ。でもオカリンはこの方が話しやすいだろうと思ってさ。
The more pressing issue, though, was his age. He was clearly a middle-aged man. The youngest I could possibly imagine him to be was his early 40s. And then I saw a shelf in the corner. I saw a man I didn't know reflected in its glass. It was another man like him, in his 40s. He was staring at me with a gloomy, sunken face. Is it us? I slowly raised my right hand, and the man raised his left hand, as if copying me.
タル、一つ教えてくれ。何でもどうぞ。今は何年だ？
Daru's smile quickly became something more serious as he answered me.
2036年、世界は戦乱の真っ只中だ。
Well, I guess I saw that coming. Daru gave me all the details.
それじゃあ、本当に今は2036年なのか？そういうこと。
It seemed unbelievable. But Daru's appearance, and more than anything, my own, made it undeniable. 2036. Suzuha had said that World War III would start sometime in the next 10 years. 5.7 billion people would die, and the population of Tokyo would drop to a tenth of what it once was. After that, the Third World War itself would end, but the chaos would continue, and even in Japan. No, everywhere around the world, battles would continue. Was that what I'd just seen?
だが、どうして俺はそのことを何も覚えていないんだ？
All of my memories were of 2011. I had no memories of the past 25 years. My last memory was of erasing Kirisu's memories from Kaguri's head.
それに、俺は2025年に死ぬと鈴葉から聞かされていた。どうして生きているんだ？
それは私も聞きたい、父さん。
Suzuha chimed in.
私たちはみんなオカリンおじさんは10年前に死んだって聞かされてきたんだ。
Suzuha leaned over him.
父さん、これはどういうこと？もしかして私たちを騙してたのか？
落ち着け鈴葉。ちゃんと説明するから。
Daru looked at me as if he was remembering old times and then resumed his explanation.
オカリンは2011年の1月半ばまでの記憶しかないってことで OK？ ああ、2011年の1月に世界線が変動した。それ以降のことは覚えていない。
I'd gotten 25 years older without realizing it. That fact was starting to eat away at me.
やっぱ体の方に少し問題があるのか、それとも混乱してるのか。今のオカリンの頭の中には2011年の1月末までの記憶がなきゃいけないんだけど。
How? The world line shifted.
末？どうして1月末なんだ？マホタンがオカリンの記憶をデータとして保存したのが2011年1月末のことだからさ。
Hyojo saved my memories?
アマデウスの研究の役に立ちたいから記憶サンプルを取ってくれってオカリンからマホタンに頼んだらしいじゃん。俺がアマデウスの？
And then I realized something incredible.
ということは、もしかして今の俺の脳の中は？そう、お察しの通り、今のオカリンの脳内にある記憶はその時の2011年にデータ化された記憶なんだ。
Digitized memories. Inside my head.
ちょっと待って父さん、話が全く見えない。そもそもどうしてオカリンおじさんが生きてるの？おじさんは2025年に死んだって言ってただろ？
死んだよ。 事実上はね。
事実上？
タイムマシン開発競争はその頃がピークだったんだ。各国のいろんな機関がマキセ・クリスが残した論文と彼女の記憶を欲していた。でもその時点でマキセ・クリスの遺産は全部ストラト4の手に渡ってたんだよね。
Good old Stratfor, or however you correctly pronounce that. Stratfor.
ただ連中をもってしても論文の中身を確かめることはどうしてもできなかった。ロックを解除できなかったんでね。ちなみにそのロックを開発したのは2010年の僕。そこでストラト4はマキセ・クリスをよく知る人物を捕まえて情報を聞き出そうとしたんだ。
それが俺か。
連中はオカリンの記憶からマキセ・クリスについての情報を取り出すためにあらゆる手を使ったらしい。僕たちが助け出した時にはオカリンの精神はボロボロだった。まともに生きるための能力さえ失ってた。回復する見込みのない死んだのとほぼ変わらない状態だったんだ。
それじゃあ肉体は生きていたってこと？
そういうこと。これはオカリン自身の入れ知恵でもあった。オカリンは自分が狙われてることに危機感を覚えてたからね。
でもせめて私にくらいは教えてくれてもよかったはずだ。
敵を騙すにはまず味方からって言うだろ。
Well, yeah, something like that.
そんな。
Suzuha seemed a little depressed. It must have come as a shock that her dad didn't trust her.
そんな顔するな、鈴葉。このことを知ってたのはワルキューレの中でもごく限られた一部の人間だけだ。
I knew the name Valkyrie. Suzuha had talked about it a lot in 2010. It was the name of Daru and Suzuha's resistance organization.
話を続けよう。オカリンは心を破壊されたせいで生きるための能力を失っていた。放っておいたら肉体さえ死んでしまう状態だった。そこで事実を知る一部の人間の手によってこことは別の施設でずっと面倒を見てきたんだ。
From 2025 to 2036, 11 years without letting anyone find out. You needed nutrients to keep your body alive. And since I was in bed the whole time, my joints would have gotten stiff, and friction against the bed would have caused my skin to split open. Wait, really? Someone had watched over me the whole time to keep that from happening.
もしかしてマユリが。
マユシだけじゃない。フェイリスタンやルカシ、それにマホタンもだ。
Oh hey, Maho's still around. That's good to know. They were alive. Mayuri, Feris, and Lukako. Even in this terrifying world, they were still alive, and still looking after me. They had been for years.
なあ、誰？どうして俺は今になって目を覚ましたんだろうか。
My memories had been digitized in 2011. If they'd known those memories existed, they could have downloaded them into me a lot earlier, right?
それは単純な話さ。オカリンの記憶データはつい最近までどこにあるかわからなかったんだよね。つうか、オカリンとマキセ・クリスの記憶データはストラト4がずっと保管してたんだけど、その保管場所がずっとわからなかったわけ。見つけたのは半月前。どこにあったと思う？驚くぜ。
どこだ？
東大元暮らし。大学だよ、僕たちの。
まさか東京電機大学か。
Why there?
その地下に連中の支部があったんだよ。つっても今はほとんど廃墟になってるけどな。
Stratfor had a base in the basement of Tokyo Denki.
で、半月前にオカリンの記憶データをサルベージした僕たちは早速脳にデータをダウンロードした。
But for the next 10 days, I hadn't woken up. And just as they were about to give up, I'd finally awoken. After 25 years. 25 years! It's a lot to take in right there. I stared at my hands. They were so thin I could almost see the bone, and I could see veins popping out of them. The face reflected in the glass was unhealthy and wrinkled. My hair was starting to turn white too.
起きたら25年後だったなんて。とんだ浦島太郎だな。気持ちの整理がつかないのも無理ないさ。
Of course, it was a shock. But the most shocking thing was...
この記憶は一度データになったものなんだな。
My memories since I was a kid. My memories of that summer. My memories with Kirisu. All of them had been transformed into zeros and ones. Could you still say that I was a person? Could I still be called human?
でもそれを言うならマキセ氏のタイムリープマシン技術だって同じじゃん。オカリンはあれ何度も経験したはずっしょ。
He was right. But even if I knew it in my head, it still felt strange. I'd been cut off from 25 years of time. It had been forgotten and left behind in a digital world. It felt like it had been stolen from me.
私はやっぱり納得いかない。
そう言うなって鈴葉。
父さんはいい。そうやって世界中を騙していたんだから。
だから仕方なかったんだってば。
Deceived, huh? I'd been deceived too. I'd been told I was fated to die in 2025. And that even in the beta world line, that wouldn't change. But no matter how it had happened, I was alive right now. Even in the past, I'd been deceived by the future. And it wasn't just me. Suzuha and everyone else. The whole world had been deceived.
世界が騙される。
And then there was a knock on the outside of the door. I think Okabe was just thinking about how to, fix things. There was a visitor, it seemed. Suzuha got close to the door.
君に萌え萌え。
Who's this? After hearing the world's most ridiculous password, Suzuha unlocked the door. It opened, and a young girl came in.
太郎おじちゃん、鈴葉お姉ちゃん、トゥットゥルー。
Ah, it's young Kagari.
カガリ、ここには用がある時以外は来るなと言ってるだろう。
Kagari. This child was a young Kagari?
ごめんなさい。でも、ママたちみんな出かけて帰ってこないんだもん。
まあまあ、そう目くじら立てることもないだろう。
また父さんはそうやって甘やかす。こういうことはきちんとしておかなきゃダメなんだ。
The way they interacted hadn't changed in 25 years. I ignored them and looked at Kagari. And she seemed to notice me too.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
おじさんは誰？
俺か？俺は。そうだな。君のママの友達だ。
I hesitated for a moment, but decided not to give her my name.
まゆりママの？
ああ、そうだ。
へえ。
ママは優しいか？ママのこと好きか？
大好き。
そうか。
I could see the love she felt for her mother radiating from her face. Mayuri must have raised her with a lot of love, too. She'd been raised with everything Mayuri could give her. But After this, she was going to go to the past. She would be all alone in the past, separated from her beloved Mayuri. And then they would catch her and use her as a test subject. Yeah, how terrible.
そういえば父さん、まゆ姉さんには伝えたのか？おじさんが目覚めたこと。
Alright, well, we are out of time, unfortunately. Like, this shit is really interesting. It really is. I want to say, and don't quote me on anything, but I want to say that we're near the end of a route or an ending. Like, we're about to reach an ending of some sort. Because, I mean, we're already in the future. There's no going back for Okabe to fix anything here. We've pretty much bit the bullet, and here we are in the future. Okabe was going to come up with a way to save, the world. He was just thinking about it, deception. And that was the key. That was the key to reaching Steins Gate in the first game. So we'll see how he reaches it, but I want to say we're coming up on an ending. Not sure, and we'll continue to wait in suspense, as I don't have a lot of time to record this, so unfortunately can't do the 1 hour episodes. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. The fact that there's no music here is very off-putting. A lot of things were off-putting in this one. But, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.